I'm still fascinated, Dana, by this whole idea that you've invited a New York Times reporter to the range. I've always said, and you and I have always offered up the invitation to come out. And on one hand, I'm upset they sent a reporter who has no experience in guns, but then it was also our invitation. Hey, come see us. We'll show you. Can I ask you, what was her reaction the first time she fired one of your firearms?
She was actually, I mean, and Jeff Houston, who works with NRA Carry Guard, was also there. And Jeff is, by the way, Jeff is GOAT. He's, a fantastic instructor, and he really eases people, particularly those who are completely unfamiliar with firearms. He just has he's a very good instructor. And so he range bossed. And so he was fantastic. He helped her work on her grip and her technique. And she did actually quite well. It removes the mystery, because individuals, they think that, oh, well, what if this thing fires off by itself? What if everything that they know about firearms, Grant, I think you and I've discussed this before, it comes from what they've seen in the movies. And that's not reality. That's not how it works. And so it demystifies some of that whole process. And interestingly enough, I was explaining to this reporter how the AR-15, it's the most misunderstood firearm in America. And this is actually a very popular firearm for women, particularly for home defense. I know at the NRA Carry Guard Expo that we were all at, the Well-Armed Woman had a fantastic seminar discussing the sorts of firearms that women that women find preferable in terms of carry, in terms of what they keep on their nightstand, and what they really like to get to for home defense. And the AR-15 was a popular rifle, and this reporter was able to find out why, because for women, it's particularly easier for women to use, and women they like the trigger pull, etc. And so this reporter had even said that it was less of a mental exercise than the handgun. And so they understood a little bit. It demystified it. And so that's the thing. These individuals, Grant, and all of these articles that you wrote, and I noticed in the byline, a lot of them just blankly said editorial board, because no one has the balls to back up their opinions. And so they just blithely put editorial board by it. But none of these individuals, and I would bang none of them, are familiar with firearms, much less perhaps fire them, or maybe rarely fire them. And so they're going off of their this presupposition, their prejudice against firearms and those who are Second Amendment practitioners. That's not reporting. And that's not even good editorializing.
No.